And this is on Cash to Code, revolutionizing merchant payments in Pakistan's digital economy. Please welcome the head of wallet business from Easypaisa, Farhan Hassan.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. My name is Farhan Hassan, and I'm the head of wallet business at Easypaisa. So, as the luck would have it, I'm the last man standing between you and the lunch. So, I hope to keep this conversation crisp and to the point and focused. All right. So, while we are already started thinking about food, one thing I thought of starting this presentation was from giving you some food for thought when it comes to cash to code or digitizing the Pakistani economy. While preparing for this talk, these are some of the numbers, some economic numbers, which we generally, see very often. But when it's always good to, take a step back and reflect on these numbers. What do they tell us, and what do they represent? I mean, looking at this. So we have over about 220 million population, and Pakistan is one of the major countries who is still, I mean, the bulk of the population, more than 100 million adults in Pakistan are without a bank account. I mean, that's a huge number when you put things into context. And we have about like 5 million SMEs or medium scale SMEs, and they are contributing about 20% to the GDP. But most of them, unfortunately, are depending and dealing in cash. And that is something which is going to take us forward. If we were to digitize the economy, this is the section, this is the area that we need to digitize first and foremost. So currently, as per the State Bank's estimate, 9.2 trillion rupees are in cash in circulation. I mean, that's roughly about $32 billion. I mean, the cost associated with this cash in circulation, the printing cost, the cash management cost, and all the all kind of inefficiencies which comes through dealing in cash. I mean, that is something which is crippling the economy. I mean, this is an alarming situation because that 9.2 trillion number constitutes about 30% of the total money supply in Pakistan. And when we compare with the regional economies, this number is close to 5%. And I'm talking about India, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka. So all these countries, I mean, if Pakistan has to progress, the dependence on cash has to go away. And the dependence on cash will only go away if we create the ecosystem for all the players in the market, to come over onto the digital side easily. So right now, I mean, we have always talked about in terms of what is the opportunity? I mean, to me, as I see it, it's a perfect storm. 82% tele density, 65% of our population is between the age of 18 to 45. I mean, that's a huge youth bulge we are talking about. Most of them are tech savvy. Most of them owns a smartphone. And that is something which is going to take us forward. I mean, the willingness, all the talks that I've listened to before this, they have all talked about, people are moving towards digital, people are moving towards the digital means of payments as well. And that is where we are going to, where Easypaisa comes in to, help these players to digitize their payments. So when I talk about Easypaisa, I mean, we had a humble beginnings. I mean, we started off in 2008. It was a very, over-the-counter kind of a service where people can go and pay their bills or send some money to a CNIC to somewhere in Pakistan. So that was our humble beginnings. But right now, over the course of the years, I mean, with Ant Group coming in, bringing in about $180 million in investments and taking a stake in Easypaisa, that has really, changed the game in the fintech industry. In 2019, we launched a completely revamped our app that has, garnered a really good, traction among the masses. And then, a lot of regulatory changes, which has helped all the fintechs in the market. And now Easypaisa is set to become the first ever digital bank in Pakistan going forward, inshallah. So that is something which we are really proud of our journey, and that is, really gives us the hope that we are moving in the right direction. All the indicators are telling us that we are moving in the right direction. So. I mean, just to talk, I mean, give you some stats. I mean, we are probably the biggest financial app in Pakistan with over 9 million transaction active customers on a monthly basis. Over 54 million people have an Easypaisa account in Pakistan, which amounts to about like 1 in 4 person in Pakistan has a bank account they can use right away. So that is like a huge potential that we are looking at. Moving on, so I mean, again, coming over to the digital payments, one thing which Easypaisa has done is created their own online payment gateway, where all those players who have their e-commerce stores, they can link Easypaisa as a payment option on their websites or on their apps, and that has really helped grow their businesses, because we have a captive audience of about 13 million people every month who are transacting on the platform. They get that opportunity to pay online right away. They don't need to have a bank account. They don't need to have a credit card or a debit card. So no fancy stuff, which is primarily urban focused. Everybody in Pakistan can now pay online and get their products delivered. So that is, I mean, something over the years. I mean, right now it's 100 billion rupee, volume for us, and that is constantly growing. I mean, from last year to this year, the growth has been 250% on online payment. I mean, this is something which is huge when we put things into context, that how people are moving, how people's preferences are moving towards the digital side. That 80% of that growth is coming from the gaming vouchers people purchase. I mean, that's something which is quite interesting to know, that how and where the youth is spending, and that is something which we really need to, if we really need to move, and if we really need to make a transformation to the digital side, that is where the youth is, and that is what they are doing. It's safe and secure. I mean, all your payments are secured. There are no issues. These are fast payments, instantly settled at the merchant end as well. And then State Bank has been really forthcoming when it comes to bringing in Rast into the folds. So that has really helped us increase the penetration and move the needle in the industry. All the big name players right now in the e-commerce sphere, be it Daraz, Foodpanda, InDrive, the ride-hailing services, Spotify, they all are being integrated with Easypaisa as a payment gateway. One thing, so that is something which is there on their end. But another interesting thing which Easypaisa has done is creating their own mini app program, where the ambition for us is to become the first financial super app in Pakistan, where you don't need to install 10 different other apps on your phone, and you just need to install Easypaisa, and you will get all these big name players right on the Easypaisa platform. You can purchase directly from them, and you can do all your online shopping right on the platform. So that is something which we have started last year, and now we are scaling it up. Right now we have about like 22 mini apps over there. People can Book Me is one, Tap Shop is the gaming one, and then savings and investment. I mean, this is something which was an eye opener for us as well, that we integrated and we created that experience where people can come and purchase mutual funds. I mean, the product sounds, it's a very it's a very savvy product. I mean, very few people, tend to understand these terminologies, and but we still have one of the biggest, we are contributing quite a lot. I mean, Faisal Bank just recently won an award just by having this integration with us, by creating and innovating on the digital side of things when it comes to the mutual funds investment in Pakistan. So overall, I mean, this is again continuously increasing. I mean, we have about like 200, close to 200% in the user increase when it comes to the mini apps. apart from that, I mean, we like in the previous talks, we have talked a lot about merchant pain points, and then how we can solve them and how we can digitize them. So online merchant onboarding, I mean, this is something which is as seamless as getting your merchant account within 2 minutes, right from your Easypaisa app. And that has really, helped the merchants out there who wants to receive payments digitally, but they don't have the means or the time to go to a bank, get a machine from them, and then start receiving those payments from them. So that has really changed the whole perspective for them. The biggest pain point for a smallholder retailer is that they don't want to leave their shop and go to the bank and spend hours there just to get their accounts created, get their merchant accounts up and running. Over here they can just start do it in 2 to 3 minutes. I mean, they can have their own personalized QR, which they can download, they can print it, and they can put it on their shop just to start receiving the payments. And that has really changed the game for these small merchants as well. Another thing that we are doing is the Easypaisa Karobar. I was listening to Shamoon when he talked about the challenges he faced through the retailers, that from the merchants, that he was waiting for a mere 15,000 or 20,000 amount of money, and he had to wait for 5 hours just to get that payment from the from the merchant. So Easypaisa Karobar, this is where we are moving, or we are trying to help move the offline to online. I mean, that's the bridge we are connecting over there, because that is the biggest pain point right now, that all the players in the market, be it EMIs or the fintechs or the banks, they have either focused on the customers or on the merchants. But there is a whole value chain from starting from merchant to the manufacturer, which involves these wholesaler, distributors, this last mile distributors. That is where the key pain point is. I mean, that is where their payments get stuck. That is where they need lending. That is where they need financing to help manage their cash flows. And that is where Easypaisa Karobar comes in. It's a new storefront for the merchants who do not have an online presence. They can create an Easypaisa Karobar account over there, and they can start receiving and sending payments. And the best thing about it is that they don't have to make the distributor wait for their payments. Easypaisa can pay on their behalf based on their purchasing history, based on their buying history. Easypaisa will be financing their invoices, will be financing their cash flows, and that is how we can increase and we can make the money move quicker digitally, which is not the case with the physical cash right now. So, ladies and gentlemen, this pretty much sums up in terms of what Easypaisa is doing for the industry, and what Easypaisa is, and how Easypaisa is helping the economy moving from physical to the digital sphere. And at the end, I would just like to, conclude my presentation with the fact that right now we are at the cusp of a very, interesting time. We have the EMIs, the digital players like us, who are willing to work with all the merchants out there. We have the e-commerce players as well as the physical retail who wants to change things from cash to digital electronic money transfer. And the most important thing is that we have the regulator who wants to push this agenda much more than at times than the banks themselves. I mean, that is a very interesting time to be in, and I hope we all will come together and move and change Pakistan for better. Thank you.